guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be telling you why I believe Spartan Forge is the best free mapping for all your hunting needs. I've tried all the free ones I could find. I paid for Hunt Stand. I got the premium version of Hunt Stand, and I was not impressed. So, all of last season I used Spartan Forge. Just a free version. I think the paid version is $60, so that's a little expensive, but we'll get into the price and stuff in that in a few minutes. Number one is going to be layout and physical appearance. I would say, compared to Hunt Stand, Spartan Forge is a lot more basic. It's not laid out quite as nice. I would say Hunt Stand has one of the nicer interfaces of the hunting mapping apps and stuff. I've never used Onyx. That's one I've never used because they don't have a free version, and I've never wanted to pay for one. It's a lot more basic, maybe. It's simplistic, which is nice. It just doesn't feel quite as clean as Hunt Stand. Base map probably has the nicest one that I've used so far. It has a pretty basic interface on the front. You just have your little bar along the bottom with all of your different, you can go to Intel, which is like weather, that kind of stuff. You have your maps, you have your content, which is all your pins and stuff. You got your tools, so your measurements, your 3D view, all of that stuff. So layout is pretty simple. If you tap the navigation star, it'll pop up with your main tools here. So you have your pin, you can drop a pin. You got measurement. Yeah, you got all this stuff here. All the most important stuff. So next I'm going to be talking about the actual maps. So compared to Hunt Stand, I feel like these maps aren't quite as quality, maybe. Not sure if that's the best word. But as you can see, they seem to be slower than some of the, for example, base map has very responsive, it's very quick. When you zoom in, it's like instantly preloaded almost. Not sure how that really works, but it's got, so if you zoom in, you can swipe the navigation star to change your maps. Now I'm on Topo. Swipe it again. It'll give you like a kind of a mix, and then you can see when you zoom in, and it just crashed. Not sure why. Okay, so you can see when you zoom out, it turns into, on this particular layer, it'll turn into like just like a Google Maps street view almost. So you can see all the roads, but then you zoom in and it turns into your satellite view. Which you can see it'll load there. So it has a lot of the shadows of the trees, which I feel just isn't quite as quality as some of the other mapping systems I've used. You got some clouds over here. It just doesn't feel quite as premium as, for example, base map or Hunt Stand. You do have just your normal option here. Got this. I usually use a custom one, so you can pop this up. Let's see, what one do I use? Use Satellite 2 with kind of just my own system I've kind of built. You can kind of build your own system of all the different layers, and it kind of saves it as like a save system where you have all your, like you open it up and it automatically pops up to your, you can set all your preferences here. You can see, so it shows trails, roads, public land, private land. I have the contours turned off right now. It'll show me the counties. You can go cities, timber cuts, hunt units, all this stuff, building, water, land, agriculture. So it'll show you all of that. You can customize your maps, which is pretty cool. So then if you get twisted around, you just tap the compass rose. Actually, no, you don't. You tap that. Thought you tapped the compass rose, but you don't. So next is going to be pins and waypoints. So to drop a pin, I already kind of showed you, but you just tap this. You can select your color. I forget. I haven't used this mapping software in a few months. Season's been over a while already. but I use red for most stuff. Yellow is like I'll be like e-scouting or whatever, and if I'll find a spot that looks good but I've never been to, like I want to go there and check it out sometime, I'll usually use yellow, I think. I have to look back at some of my maps. You can select, these are all my recent ones here. Access, parking, water source, trail camera, bait. E-spins, I'm not really sure what that is. I believe it's a premium feature of some sort, like a bunch of hunting info and stuff that I don't have. I just use that as my pin for places I'd like to go and check out in the future. House, heavy deer trail, scrape, climbing tree. Climbing tree I just use as like a tree that you could hunt from in the future. Animals, you can select all of these different whitetail buck, whitetail doe, trail, tracks, scrape, trail camera, rub, picture, deer trail, doe tracks, all of that stuff. Food, you got all your different types of mast that you'll find out in the, you got hard mast, soft mast, and you got crops. So you can mark the certain types of food that you find out there. You got scouting, all your basic stuff here. Deer trail, doe tracks, the e-spin, sheds, fishing, food plot, hickory, hiker, photo, meat processor, tacosquatch, taxidermist, in case you want to mark where your taxidermist lives, all this stuff. Topo hub, tracks, trail camera, trap, tree stand. Those are all pretty essential waypoints and pins. You got your terrain feats, you got basin, bench, topo hub, cut, inside corner, point, saddle, all of these. So you can mark what your terrain is. You can just see it all quick at a glance. And usually you drop these pins, you don't necessarily have to say a whole lot about them, because usually you remember what it was like when you were there. So it's more just to kind of bring back the remembrance of what you were seeing when you were scouting, usually. So then you got structure and vehicles, you got all your, I don't know, ATV, where you left your four-wheeler, parking, point of interest, that's very vague, four-wheel drive, mineral site, all this, water source. Then trapping, if you're into trapping, you can mark all your trapping, signs and lures, fur bearers, all that good stuff. You can add a picture, so that's pretty cool. You can leave a note, a specific note of what or why you put that there. And then you can place it. You just hit place, it'll drop your pin. You click and hold. Well, the tap and hold, you can also drop a pin, so that's pretty neat. Or you just tap on the pin, hit go to pin, it'll center it. It'll show you a direct, like, crow fly from where you are to the pin, which is pretty neat. X out of that. Tap it. You can edit your pin. You can share it. You can hide it. All that good stuff. So I am going to delete it so I don't actually go try to scout that place this summer. So for price wise, it's a little bit more expensive than Hunt Stand or Base Map. Those are around $30 for just everything, I believe. Hunt Stand does have a few added features for $6 a year, which I personally don't think are worth it. It's more just Intel stuff that could be nice to have, but I'm not sure. I wouldn't say it's worth $30 of an upgrade. So here on Spartan Forge, you get your $8.99. You can do that monthly, or you can do $60 a year, and that's what you get. You get everything. You get access to all of this. You get the LiDAR mapping stuff, which is really cool. So if I do get a buy one, I think Hunt Stand ends pretty soon, my subscription there, so I will not be renewing that. The biggest problem I had with Hunt Stand was it didn't show commercial forest, and it didn't show public land, which was really confusing for me because that seems like a pretty essential tool. So Not sure what that's all about, but it's got good maps, it's got a great interface and stuff, but it's just not what I'm looking for. Okay, so next we're going to do Intel, which is this button on the bottom here. It's really cool. You get a lot of information just for free. You got all your just, sunset, sunrise, first light, the moon phase, all that good stuff. There's looks like whitetail movement patterning and stuff. That comes with a premium. You get a historical forecast, which would be really cool. That comes with premium. You got your intel, which is really cool for the state. You can see you got public land. It'll show how much public land there is, the percentage of public land. For example, Michigan is 20.3% is public land. There's 7.346 million acres. It's got your largest tracts of public land, so those are mostly national forests. The notable places, which I'm not exactly sure what that means, it's just places that are exceptional, I guess. You got your hunting, you got all the hunters, the amount of hunters, the deer harvest per hunter, harvest success rate, which is 51% in Michigan. Hunters per square mile is 5.59. 1.7 million deer population. You got all that cool stuff. How many deer harvested, when, where. Well, not where. Yeah, you got public-private land comparisons. You got 32.5% archery, 42.6% firearm, 6% muzzleloader, 14% other, which I'm not sure what that would be, like spears or something. Boone and Crockett records, not very impressive for Michigan, at least. Yeah, they weren't shot in the UP, I'll tell you that. So that's really cool. I think Spartan Forge has a great intel, weather, all that stuff. It's pretty great. I like it a lot. It seems really like it's ahead of Hunt Stand, I would say, the paid $30 Hunt Stand. So to wrap it all up, I would say Spartan Forge is by far the best free mapping system. If you're looking to get into a mapping system, maybe you don't have one yet, or maybe you don't hunt that much and you don't want to pay $60 a year, I would definitely get into Spartan Forge. They've got a great free system that you can get into. It'll give you all the information you need. It's nothing fancy, it's nothing crazy, but it's definitely solid. You'll definitely be impressed. I would advise that you go check it out. And price-wise, if you want to upgrade, which I think I'm going to be upgrading, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to check out Base Map. I'm going to refresh myself on that. They have a really good interface, and I like what I've seen with the free version there. But I'm definitely going to probably do a comparison video of the two Base Map Spartan Forge. But yeah, definitely check them out if you're looking for either a premium paid version with all the cool LiDAR mapping and extra intel that you get with that for $60 a year, or the free version is amazing too. So definitely go check them out. I got a link in the description to their website, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.